Well, the government shutdown was mentioned more than once during today's commemorative service. Ebenezer's pastor, the Reverend Raphael Warnock, you just heard there, called this stalemate, in his words, a time of narrow vision and petty politicians. And Dr. King's youngest daughter condemned the gridlock and partisanship that led to the shutdown.
When a government shutdown persists to the point that it affects the livelihood of individuals and those in dire need of critical social services, this is a humanitarian crisis, and we are all in a state of emergency.
Well, at this time last week, we couldn't visit any of the King historic sites because of the government shutdown. But Delta Airlines stepped in and gave the National Park Service a grant of more than $80,000 so they could stay open through the holiday. Today, hundreds took advantage of Delta's decision by visiting the historic MLK sites in Atlanta. Fox 5's Carrie Charles joins us live from the historic Auburn Avenue with more on these efforts to keep the attractions open.
Yeah, that's right. Remember that a number of national parks and historic sites throughout the country, they are closed as a result of the government shutdown. That's been the case for 31 days now, was the case for a short time regarding the MLK historic sites. Here along Sweet Auburn, you can see traffic is still flowing. They've opened up some of the entrances and people are starting to move about, but you can see over here at the King Center, the complex, people are still out and about. They are taking pictures, a number of family members out here. But visitors, again, they've been flowing in and out of this community all day. Part of that is thanks in part to that major donation mentioned just a moment ago. Many of the visitors, they focused on the attractions that stand out along Auburn Avenue. Of course, Ebenezer Baptist Church, where Dr. King served as co-pastor. Farther down the street, there's the house he was born. And we've seen a nonstop flow of people taking tours, a lot of foot traffic in this area. We learned last week that Delta Airlines Foundation kicked in an $83,000 grant. I've been speaking with people out here today who tell me this would have been a catastrophic day to be out here and have these attractions closed.
These young ladies started to talk about Martin Luther King, and they wanted to see some things. They wanted to put some faces on some things that we talk about. And had it been closed and there was nothing open, nobody to interact with, to talk to, then it would have been harmful to them, you know, for what they were seeking. They have a heart to know, and they need to know. But had it been closed and there was no access to it, then that would have been a hurting thing. It would have been very disappointing.
I mean, I think it makes a huge difference, the fact that we do have the National Center open and all the sites open for people to visit, just in terms of, you know, showing one of the great things about Atlanta and not letting a political struggle or, you know, the government shutdown put a stop to that.
Additionally, that grant reopens Fire Station number 6, one of the first firehouses to integrate in the South, also the MLK Historical Park. Covering the cost of operations means all sites will be open through the Super Bowl when thousands more visitors are expected in town. Now, we've been showing you people who have been out and about the complex throughout the area today. We were trying to figure out an estimation of how many people would be out here. Coming up tonight at 6, more on why we were having some problems finding that information out for you. Reporting live tonight in Atlanta, Carrie Charles, Fox 5 News.
All right, thanks so much, Carrie.